Mr. Transformers96 here with another video. I'm going to be talking about a few items shown from Prime Studio 1, one being from Batman Arkham Origins and it's Mr. Freeze, and then one being from Transformers Dark of the Moon Shockwave. So these are two statues that have been shown at previous events, and I've absolutely loved them at the previous events, and they're putting them on pre-order just about the same time. I personally think that these are the two best Prime Studio 1 statues out there at the moment. So when these were shown, I was quite excited, and I definitely wanted to talk to them, or talk about them, I mean. I don't collect Prime Studio 1. They're too expensive. In order to buy one of their pieces, I'd have to give up, like 5 Hot Toys or so, which to me isn't worth it. They look awesome. If I was rich, I'd be getting these left and right, but they're not worth the price tags for me. However, I still very much admire them, and definitely wanted to talk about these because they looked fantastic. So first of all, we have Mr. Freeze from Arkham Origins, looking really nice. I absolutely love his base. I think that he has the best Arkham base possible. You've got a great kind of industrial type of design there. You even have a little gate at the back, and then you have these pockets of of chilled, explosion pieces of ice all around it, and you have a massive one there at the right, which I think looks so cool. I absolutely love it. I think that it looks very realistic, and I like the fact that they kind of have snow on the pieces of ice in some areas. I think that's very cool, and just his pose in general, I think is great. With one step forward, but he's got his leg up really high, and then his gun is so prominently displayed, and the dome looks wonderful as well. I love the proportions here. This looks like it's the Mr. Freeze from that special the extra gameplay from Arkham Origins. This obviously isn't the more iconic one, I would say, from Arkham City. And I do like this one. I really like the Arkham City one too, though. But I think that this one does look very nice, so I am happy that they went with this design, although I think that the other design would have been just as cool as well. But this one's really cool, and what's nice about this one is we really haven't seen any merchandise of this version of Mr. Freeze before, so it just makes it a little bit more unique. Absolutely love it. And I would imagine that the barrels do light up. I don't think that that's just been digitally added. Looking wonderful. The exclusive version has him holding the kind of snow globe of his wife in his left hand, which I think is awesome. Sometimes the exclusives aren't really necessary. This one, I absolutely love the exclusive. I would totally get the exclusive. It's not a deal breaker if you can't get it, but it does look wonderful. It was a great idea for the exclusive, and it brings more dynamic flavor to it. So this is looking wonderful. I absolutely love that Mr. Freeze. It is going to be 35 inches tall and retail for $1,400, which isn't a terrible price, to be honest. Some of their figures can go, or some of their statues can go up quite high. $1,400 is kind of in the middle range. Some of their just kind of more standard statues with just smaller, regular size people. They're about 1,000. 900 depending on the character. I believe Harley Quinn is 900. So this is definitely expensive, but not terrible for Prime Studio 1, believe it or not. And next up we have Shockwave. This is a statue that they have been teasing and showing for years now. It's taken forever to get this guy, but we finally have the official images of it, and it's gonna go on pre-order, and it's looking fantastic. I have to say, I love the purple design and the weathering that's been added to it. It really looks like it's right out of the movie. The legs look slightly skinny. That's just something that I'm noticing here, though, but it's so slight that it's probably not the case. From that angle, it looks really good, but it looks wonderful. I do like it quite a bit. He's in a great stance. I would have liked something a little bit more aggressive, more of a pose, but it still is a nice little stance, and I think that it does represent the character very well. You can see his base has the two kind of arms of Driller wrapping around him. I think that was a fantastic idea, and that just really looks great. and add the driller pieces add the motion when you really just have him there in a stance. So I do like that quite a bit. And this one's going to be quite massive as well. It's 37 inches tall, which is only 2 inches taller than Mr. Freeze, yet his price tag is almost double. He is $2,700, which I don't really understand. I knew that Shockwave was going to be massive, so when I saw that price tag, I was kind of expecting in that area. But then I found out, when I looked up how tall Mr. Freeze was, and Mr. Freeze is only 2 inches shorter. So I'm very confused as to why he costs this much when he's not like that much bigger than anybody else. Because I really thought that this guy was like massive compared to the other statues. But if Mr. Freeze is only 2 inches shorter, then there's an issue there, because I would say that the level of detail is just about the same on both. You have a bit more on Transformer statues, however, that doesn't typically raise the price too much. So I do think that the Shockwave one is definitely overpriced when just looking at him from a size perspective. But both of these I think look absolutely wonderful. I think that they both just have such a nice design to them, and I really do love Prime 1 Studios' designs when it comes to their statues. I think that they're definitely the best in the business, but with that, they're the most expensive in the business as well. I don't understand why anybody would buy these if there is an alternative like Hot Toys or 3A. Without those alternatives, it makes sense, but when you have those alternatives, I'd much rather go with them. I think 3A makes products that look just as good as far as Transformers are concerned, and they're obviously much cheaper. The only difference is Prime 1 Studio has a much larger selection of characters. So I absolutely love these two statues. I don't plan to get either of them just because of their price tags. If they were cheaper, I would definitely be considering it. But at these crazy price tags, it's not worth it to me. So let me know what you guys think of these statues. These are probably the two best statues I've maybe ever seen from Prime Studio 1. I do love the Harley Quinn and Lockdown statues as well, but these two look quite amazing. So let me know what you guys think of them, and thanks so much for watching.